0, 1. Let's get started.
Hey Internet. So I'm back here in one of my back rooms where all my junk is, and fixing to go camping, and decided I would take this cheap $20 cooler, maybe 25, igloo cooler from Walmart, and that I would fill it full of more insulation. I bought the 1-inch foam so that way it doesn't like swell up 3-4 inches and separate and destroy my housing. I drilled a couple different holes. These are 1/4 inch or better, whatever that tube is. And I got one here, there. You can see where they are, all the stuff coming out. I think I put one down there by the wheel well. Okay, now I flip it over, and I put 4 holes on the bottom. That's just trash. I put 4 holes on the bottom, and what I did was I filled it up, and then I thought I had done enough, and I was like, oh man, it didn't take a whole lot. And then I got to thinking, when they put these together, they kind of adhere, so the sides kind of stick. So what I did was I went back to most of the holes, and I separated the housing. There was a little bit of bulge on the side right here, and then there was some on the bottom before I refilled the bottom, but it's the bottom, no big deal. I pushed it down some, so that way I get any access back out the bottom. So here we go. This one was the hardest one to fill because it seems like there's a lot of insulation right there, so I just never minded it and went on to the one down here. I could see the outside start to bulge some, and again, I don't care what it looks like. I don't care that it's got a bulge. It's not so horrible, it's gonna separate. Nothing came through the lip, or the seam here, nothing came through there. But I am fairly certain I used more than half the can, and I don't see anything stupid happening. So I guess this is maybe a single cell foam or something, I don't know what they call it. But I use the stuff that does not expand very much. It's a 1-inch foam, maximum 1 inch. So anyways, there you go, guys. Hopefully that helps somebody. And any questions, put it in the comment section. I'll see if I can help you. But I'll let you know. I'll do a follow-up, maybe even on this video before I post it, about how long it held ice compared to before. Before it would hold ice for maybe a day and some change, like the next morning, but it would already start to melt. So we're gonna see how it does this time. All right, so wait for everything to dry. And it breaks off pretty easily, nice and flush in where my holes are. If I were to do it again, I would probably go ahead and put some painter's tape or some masking tape around the holes and stuff. Pretty good coverage, that way it's just easier to clean up. The bottom's not completely dry yet, looks like, because it was sitting on the plastic. So far not too bad at cleanup. All right guys, it's the same day. I brought this joker outside back when the sun was shining, just so it could dry well. I know that from reading reviews online is that if this foam isn't allowed to react to the oxygen or release the gas, then sometimes it doesn't actually dry. So that's kind of, I guess, one of the reasons why I use the single cell stuff. But I noticed in one of these holes that I popped that once the sides were separated from the membrane, maybe the foam that was already sprayed at the factory, then I was able to push it, and I could hear air coming out of it, and it actually came out of the hole. So that tells me that there's actually room for more insulation. The other holes haven't done that. I might get a little ambitious and pop another hole or two in a couple spots, like maybe down right here. I don't want to go below like the ice or water level, so I might do it up here somewhere just to see if I can get more insulation in there. I'm almost through the whole can. Anyway, I'll let you know how it goes. So what I've done is I've got the top frozen, full of fluid, which I said I'd probably put some foam in instead. And there, I put some ice in here. I found a spot that had some movement, a little bit. I've got some frozen bags of hail that we use for a hailstorm to keep our fridge from thawing out. So, I'm gonna see how long those last. Update you later.
All right, team. This is the morning of day 2. Now, I had put my lid in the freezer, deep freeze. I'm not really satisfied with the outcome of that. You can't fill it up, obviously, because of the overflow, but or the pressure when it expands. But I think I'll actually fill this with foam. But for right now, it's the morning of day 2. I put this ice in here probably about 1 or 2 o'clock on, let's see, Monday afternoon. And then we had all day Tuesday. And so today is technically closer to 48 hours. And here is the ice. Again, this is the ice that we had accumulated while in a hailstorm. We used it to keep our refrigerator cold. And so here's all this ice. It's still icy. Now, I do not have a before as far as what happens before I put the insulation in, but I know this ice will not be here 2 days later in its original state. Follow up tomorrow.
Hey guys, this is the about 48-hour mark right here. So this is day 2, and got ice still holding on here that had been accumulated from the hail damage or from the hail outside when our power went out. It's holding pretty good. It feels pretty cold. And it's about, this is Levelland, Texas, outside of Lubbock, Texas. So right now the temperature It's been in the 90s, high 80s, mid 90s. I do have it in the shade though. Keep you posted. Day 2. Woo! Guys, so this is day 3. It's not exactly a full 72 hours. It's not a full 72 hours. But the water, despite being dirty and nasty, is really cold still. There's no ice, but it is cold. I'm actually pretty impressed with it being 90 degrees or between 89 and 95 degrees out here in West Texas of how it held up. So I'm pretty pleased. Previously, my experience was that it would only be ice for about a day and then be gone. So I'm pretty pleased with how this turned out. I think I will fill the lid though with foam instead of freezing it, because that's very temporary, but the foam obviously will keep it insulated no matter the temperature. Alright guys, so I'm going to give this, I don't know, if I were to rate it, I'd rate it like a 6 for a $15 cooler from Walmart with a $5 can of spray foam.